I'm Kamal Helou. It's really nice to see you. Well, I don't actually see you, but it's really nice to be communicating with you through YouTube. Today I want to go over some very basic techniques on how to take care of your shakuhachi instrument. If this is your first instrument and one that you've purchased through me, I want to take the chance to thank you personally for that, and I hope that you will enjoy the instrument for many years to come. You want to look at the front of the instrument first before you put it together. And this is the front of the lower end with 3 holes and the male part of the joint. And this would be the upper part of the instrument with the utaguchi, the blowing edge at the very front, and the 4th hole right here. And if you turn it around, this would be the back hole of the upper portion, and the lower portion has no holes on the back. Alright. To put the instrument together, you want to gently align the male and the female part of the bamboo. Some instruments will have 2 dots at the back of the joint, which is quite easy and simple to align. But in case it doesn't, you want to actually make sure that these 4 holes align together, and then just gently push it against your chest, and now it's locked in together. To take it apart, you want to do this with your hand, kind of like pucker your hand and just hold it at the joint and give it about 4 or 5 taps, and then you're going to see that the instrument has gently come apart, and then you can just very gently twist it. One thing to realize is that the joint itself is not perfectly circular, and therefore putting the instrument in and twisting it may actually cause damage to the instrument, and I would not recommend you doing that because you can cause cracking to either the bamboo or the joint itself. So once you've put the instrument again together, let's just align it one more time here. Okay, it's ready to be played. After you've played the instrument, you want to clean it. Alright, and here's how you do it. I use a nice rag about the size of that. It looks something like that. And I actually sewed this rope with a little bit of a weight at the very end of it. When you are inserting the weight into the shakuhachi, use your thumb that way to protect the utaguchi, because there's really nothing worse than having your utaguchi break, and replacing it is quite expensive. And even as you pull the rope, make sure you put your thumb up against the utaguchi to prevent any kind of threads in clenching onto the utaguchi, which could very easily pull it apart. And then just pull it through, and now the instrument is clean. Once every month or so, you want to oil the instrument. If you notice it's too dry around where you're living, then you might want to put the oil maybe once a week, or maybe even once every 2 weeks. And I'm using what is known as Tabin Oil F56. I got this from Tokyo Hands here in Tokyo. I've used olive oil, and that works just as well. So you don't want to soak up your instrument with oil. Basically, you just want to put 3 or 4 drops. Just 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's about right. And then just give it a nice rub. Okay, and as you do that, you want to also oil the utaguchi part and the root end. Also, something I've always done is to keep the joint well lubricated so that the instrument can be easily joined and taken apart. And that's much for oiling it. After you've oiled it, wait about 4 or 5 minutes, and then with tissue paper, wipe off the excess. And then you are ready to store it. Okay, before you store it, you want to use a utaguchi cap, which is the best solution for protecting the utaguchi. Not only does it protect the blowing edge, but also the area around it, so that it doesn't break. Several types of covers. Let me show you what I've used. This is called the cushion cover, which actually slides right up this way. I don't use this type for traveling. When I'm traveling, I usually use the full cover, the full cap, because it protects the whole area around the utaguchi. You can also use a homemade type bubble wrap. Just get some bubble wrap and wrap it around the top like that, and then fold it so that the thick part here, fold it up against the utaguchi so that it protects it in case it gets knocked against anything. Okay, once you finish playing and you don't think you're going to play the instrument within the next 5 or 10 minutes, then you want to store it in some plastic bags so that the instrument doesn't crack. Okay, I use the double bag technique. We get these nice bags, and I usually ship 4 bags with my instruments. And for storage purposes, you just want to use 2. Put the instrument in as such, all the way in, and then squeeze all the air out, give it a twist, and with a rubber band, that should be nice and sealed. Usually 1 bag is enough, and if you're in a hurry, put it at least in 1 bag. It'll save you so much heartache and time. Alright? So 1 bag at least is enough if you are crunched for time. But if you've got a few more seconds and you want to ensure that the instrument doesn't crack, just put it in, slip it into a 2nd bag. Same thing, squeeze out all the air, and with a rubber band, oh, there we go, with a rubber band, and just give it 3 twists, and here's your instrument, ready to be stored away for any duration of time. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed my care video, and I look forward to hearing from you in the future. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me at Kamal, K-A-M-A-L, at jksme.com. Thanks, and until next time.